Today on the 01581, Farmers Market, Unicorns, and an update from our town manager. See you on the show. Hi, and welcome back to this episode of the 01581 Let's Talk. I'm the host, Shelby Marshall, also serving as a select board member, and I am joined today by the amazing Kristin Bradley. She is the manager of the Westborough Farmers Market, also a proud Rotarian, and we're going to talk about what's happening with the Farmers Market this year. Amazing, amazing program coming up. And I'm going to stop talking because she's really the star of this show. Kristin, welcome.
Thanks, Shelby. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so excited.
Me too.
Yeah, so, all right, let's talk basics here.
Yep.
So you're the farmer's market manager.
Yes.
And so where is the farmer's market going to be? What are the hours? Tell our viewers.
This year
please.
we are moving, and we are now moving over to the Bay State Plaza at 1100 Union Street, right in the Commons, kind of where it should be with the gazebo and everything. And we are running from June 13th, so in 2 weeks, and all the way through October 17th on Thursdays from 2 to 6.
Awesome.
So.
Awesome. So it's going to be in a beautiful green space, and we do
Yes.
want to thank the prior host, B'nai Shalom, for their hosting the farmers market. Felt like this is a great location, right? The playground's there.
Yeah, it's just
lots of
huge
room.
space,
Yeah.
lots of parking.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Great. So, okay, so we've got the hours,
Yes.
and I know throughout the show you've provided some, great posters and so on and so forth, so folks will be able to see those hours as we're talking here. You're managing it. What's your role as the manager?
So as the market manager, I'm kind of a be-all, do-all. Everything from putting out some lawn signs to getting vendors, booking people, going for volunteers, which we need a ton of, to help run our market, and getting sponsorships. So we're sponsored by the Rotary Club of Westborough, and we are also one of our sponsors for the Pop Club is actually Rockland Trust Bank in Westborough.
Great. And we'll talk about the Pop Club in just a minute because it's a really cool program. But this program happens because while there's a lot of volunteer work that goes into there are a lot of materials. There's a lot of work that has to be done that has a cost to it, right?
Yep.
So you've been actually also seeking grants, and you've been working very hard behind the scenes to get to this point, right?
Yep.
Good.
Takes a lot. It takes a village, right? So
Absolutely. So, so the Pop Club, what's a Pop Club? Because when I first heard of it, because I love popcorn, I thought it had to do with that,
popcorn?
but
it has
doesn't.
nothing to do with popcorn.
What's the Pop Club?
Okay, so the Pop Club is called the Power of Produce, and it was started back in 2007 in the Midwest. And what it is it is a way to help children to find and eat fresh fruits and vegetables, to have some basic financial skills. So each week,
Awesome.
the kids will have $3 when they're signed
No
up for the
way.
club. See,
All
aren't
right,
they adorable?
Wow.
They're little.
All right, we're gonna, I don't know, our Westborough friends. I don't know what way we're going to the camera here. This is real money. One pop bucks.
It's a pop buck.
So what do I do with this?
So we have it for children and senior citizens.
Awesome.
And the children have to obviously be signed up by their parents.
Yeah.
And
can they sign up at the farmers market?
yes, they can sign up at the farmers market or online. You can get that from our website. It's all over the place.
Okay.
And basically what happens is the kids are going to show up. They're going to come to the pop tent. They're going to give their names. They're going to get their passbook stamped for the day.
Awesome.
And then they are going to get their $3 pop dollars.
Okay.
They can take those $3 and they can go and buy any fruit or vegetable at any of our farms, and we have 2 full farms this year.
Awesome.
We have Stillman's again.
Oh, they're
Obviously,
awesome.
they're
They're great.
amazing.
Yeah.
We also have a new farm called Spitzka Farm.
Awesome.
That's going to be coming in, and we have a specialty microgreens and a specialty mushroom vendor.
Ooh, yum.
So traveling cap mushrooms will be there. So the kids will be able to spend their $3 on any of those booths.
Oh, awesome.
And if they want something bigger, like if they want to buy, I don't know, like a big watermelon or something that's more money, they can save their dollars.
Okay.
And they can use more the next week.
Okay.
And you
Love
know
that. The financial piece of
financial
it.
piece is incredible because if they lose one of their pop dollars, they lose one of their pop dollars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So they
right.
kind of, it's being responsible. It's having to talk to people when they're buying their products,
that.
and
Oh my God,
kind of
that's
like
awesome.
a whole wholesome program for children and for seniors. Obviously, seniors don't need the budgeting and the learning how to pay for things.
Sure.
But I think it's a great way to get seniors and the children together. I think that's an incredible group of people. And within the Pop Club, we also have activity days every week.
Okay.
So we have everything from the library that's going to come and do like a pop-up library with story time to we have yoga and Tai Chi.
Wow.
We have, the police station is going to be there doing play catch with a cop.
Awesome.
Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts.
Not like catch, like run.
No,
like throw.
no, not run. No, we're not playing chase the cop.
No, or the cop
Chase the
chases you.
kid.
That's a different game. We don't.
That's a totally different game that we don't like to play. But yeah, so it's an incredible program.
Wow.
And it's taken a lot of work behind the scenes from everybody in our committee to get it going.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm super excited for it.
So I love this idea of like having like your passport stamped. It reminds me when you said that of being back in the olden days, like when I would go in and I had my savings book, like,
that's
right?
the exact.
And I would get it stamped, and I'd see that number grow,
Yep.
and then if I took something out, I'd be like, oh wait, I want to get back to that high number.
Yep.
So that's
so
great.
They'll be stamped when they get there, and then when they participate in certain activities, they're going to earn extra dollars.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
So
they'll engagement, community.
Exactly.
I love it.
The more things they do within the market,
awesome. Great.
the more they'll earn, the more they'll be able to spend. And
Awesome.
they'll also, we have another part of that, which is for the pop tent, when the kids show up, they can bring a box of pasta.
Okay.
And if they bring a box of pasta to donate to the Little Free Library, Little Free Pantry,
Yep.
they will receive an additional pop dollar.
Awesome. Oh,
So
that's
it's a
great.
way for them to give
back.
back.
Love it.
And for us to be able to, say thank you to them for doing so.
And the website can be found at the bottom of the screen
Yes.
as our viewers are listening to us talk here.
Yes.
Great, excellent. And there's also a Facebook page as well for folks who want to follow
Facebook,
there.
Instagram.
Awesome.
So.
Great, excellent. And again, want to thank Rockland Trust for being the sponsor of the Pop
Yep,
Club.
yep.
Excellent, great. Vendors this year.
Yes.
I got a preview of a clip of just week one. Incredible lineup.
We have 31 vendors so far for week one.
Wow.
And we still have new vendors that keep signing up.
That's awesome.
Isn't that incredible?
That's great.
So week one, and every week we have 2 farms every week, plus the microgreens and mushrooms.
Yep.
We also have a new farm for meat.
Okay.
So it's called the Pumpkin Farm.
Okay.
And they will be there every week. Jack's Seafood is back.
Okay, great.
So-
I know people love,
gosh.
and that service for some folks got a taste of the seafood and then continued to get seafood throughout the year even after the market was closed. So
Yeah,
that's great.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
A
great.
lot of these farms and farms meaning seafood and meat, they all have CSAs too, so you can be a part of their CSA.
Awesome.
And come pick up your CSA at the market.
Perfect. That's great.
And we also have, we've got a local lemonade person.
Okay.
And we have everything from candles to our alpaca ladies back.
Oh,
and,
awesome. Yep.
LCK, we have a lot of local stores that are coming.
Excellent.
And, oh my gosh, we have everything.
Yeah.
We have organic maple.
Okay, yum.
They were just certified organic.
Oh, great.
So, which
Okay.
is incredible.
Great.
We have a gluten-free bakery. We
Okay.
have bakeries that have one bites, like little tiny
Yep, yep,
tastings,
yep.
everything.
Awesome. That's great. Well, clearly something, you got to check it out. And it's going to change week over week. So you got to come back,
Absolutely.
right?
We have rotating vendors. We
Yeah.
have some that are staples every week, but we have a
Awesome.
lot of rotating vendors.
Okay.
Starting in July, we'll have flowers that are fresh cut every day for the market.
Oh, that's great. That's great. With you touched on this at the beginning here. You need volunteers to run this,
Yes.
right? We can only spread Kristin so thin, right?
Yes.
And so what kind of roles would volunteers be doing? And I know that there's a QR code that they can sign up for, which is available again here as we're talking. What are the roles of volunteers?
So for right now, what we're looking for volunteers is day of market people.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean just come and sit down at the desk and be like, Hello,
Yeah.
you know, do you need a map? No, we need people to come. We need people to engage with other people, help them out. We are now accepting SNAP benefits as the market. So I will need people to help me run the SNAP tent so that they can hand out tokens, help answer questions for people with that.
Yep.
We have the pop tent where we need to sign in our kids.
Okay.
We need volunteers to help set up the market.
Okay.
We have 5 tents.
Okay.
We have 7 tables. We have 15 chairs. There's so
Get
much
that stuff.
banners
Yep.
and signs and everything that has to get put out. And then obviously at the end of the day, we have to pack it all back up and put it away.
Sure. Okay. So set up, breakdown, and
everything in
servicing
between.
the market
and that's
during.
all listed
Awesome.
online. They're in. Some of them are in 1-hour increments. Some of them are in 2-hour increments, and you can sign up for all of them for one day, or you can just do one.
Or if you're like, geez, I can give an hour or two every other week.
Yeah.
Just sign up for the however much time.
Absolutely.
You can do. Awesome.
Absolutely.
That's great. And these
In any
roles,
age.
I was just going to say, so these roles are great for. Parents, if you're watching this, your high school kids.
Even some more mature
even
middle
some
school
middle
kids.
school kids.
Absolutely.
They want to volunteer time, get those hours in. This is a great opportunity. Adults, seniors, so great way to engage.
Yeah,
That's
we have
awesome.
some high schoolers that have been doing it with us for a couple years. One of them already texted me and was like, "You need help, right?
Yeah.
I'll be there."
Awesome.
And
Perfect. Yeah. But signing up is really important for you because then you
Absolutely.
understand where your gaps are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you got to sign up, even if you're like, I want to do it. Don't just show up. Please sign up.
Yeah, sign up. Please sign up.
Awesome. Well, very exciting. So again, the Farmers Market, it's going to be every Thursday, Bay State Commons, June 13th to October 17th, 2 to 6 p.m. Go down, check it out. You got Pop Club for seniors and kids. You have SNAP benefits for those who are eligible, and you can get some great fresh produce or whatever else, kind of that is eligible at the market. And
activities. And
activities.
the library will be there. They'll be doing.
Awesome.
They're hoping to do mobile library cards if needed.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
It's going to be great
And
for
we
the
have
community.
music. I didn't even tell you about the music. We have music. And it's
Awesome.
all like pretty much local people. We have a lot of high schoolers.
Cool.
And college students that have signed up to
Awesome.
volunteer their time to play for everybody.
That's great. That's
So,
great. Well,
yeah.
Kristin, thank you for all of your work.
My
And
pleasure.
if you see Kristin out and about, thank her for being our market manager. She's doing an awesome job. And we'll hope to see you down on the Farmers Market at Bay State Commons starting on June 13th. Be right back with an update on unicorns and a few other things. Hi, welcome back to this episode of the 01581 Let's Talk. I'm here with my next guest, Reina Rago. She is the incoming president of the Rotary Club of Westborough. Reina, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, so as president of the Rotary Club, you're sort of charged with the reason why you want to bring forward your leadership is like you have a passion for something. So, and Rotary has multiple kind of areas of focus. What's your passion? Why become president, and what's your passion?
Wow. Okay. Short statement is hope. Short statement is magic. So my goal for the coming year is to ignite the spirit of magic in people, and that sounds kind of hocus pocus, but what I really mean by that is what can you envision as possible to help your community, and what do you envision as possible to create hope with in the world. So the magic of Rotary is really touching people.
Yeah.
And I am passionate about, my particular background is in education and mental health, and I would like to see those two combined. We need to help our youth feel more hope. So Rotary to me has been a bridge with kids. I taught in the classroom for years, English, and now I'm spreading the word to the young people because they're our future. And
Right.
we say that all the time, but we really have to empower them.
Right.
So Rotary does that.
And what are a couple different ways in which you would envision either locally or sort of domestically here in the U.S. or globally,
Yeah.
like that we kind of empower and
Okay.
Engage our youth?
That's a great question. And Rotary's done a lot in our community alone, and I can see it being replicated elsewhere.
Sure.
We really get our kids involved in improving the community through environmental awareness and programs like the Environmental Action Awareness Fair,
Yep.
the TREC program, collecting thin film plastics, polio eradication. I
Right.
mean, our kids at the high school, they're aware that polio is not completely eradicated, which was the mission of Rotary many, many
Right,
years ago. I
right.
don't know, 50
It's hard to believe we're still, but you think about it, it's world eradication, right? And
Exactly.
there are a handful of countries, and once it starts to pop up, it's, it needs to be addressed.
Right. It can't be like, there's just 2 countries left.
Right.
And it's
We're a globally connected world.
correctly. In
and-
fact, my friend here, Unity,
Yes.
is a symbol of unity.
Yes.
I'm calling him Unity Corn. And we'll talk about that in
Yes.
a minute. But what I really want to stress to everybody, in our community is that it's true. One thing can make a difference. And when the students now are seeing that if they can raise money to eradicate polio,
Yep.
if I can plant a tree,
Yep.
if I can clean up a neighborhood, they need to know that they have agency.
Yeah, I love that.
So that's really where I come from. I think mental health is the other passion that I want to address. And I really believe that when we empower our students to feel like they are making a difference, they have hope. And hope leads to well-being. It's kind of just a big circle.
Yeah,
So
the connectivity, and the Rotary Club for many years, as long as I think it's been in existence, which is over 50 now, has long provided high school scholarships
Absolutely.
to Westborough High School graduating seniors as well as Assabet graduating seniors.
Yep.
Love that combination. And we also have an amazing program, which I don't know how many people really know about it. And you've been very involved. You're wearing the
that's
shirt.
right. I forgot.
Is RYLA. So
Yes.
what is RYLA?
Oh, I love RYLA. RYLA stands for Rotary Youth Leadership Academy. Simplified, it's a student leadership program. And what we do as a club, and I'm so proud, is that we send 10 students for this 3-day, 2-night remarkable program. I've been involved for a few years as a curriculum coordinator and a leader and a session facilitator. And every year I go, why can't we do this for everybody? These students come in often meek, afraid, insecure, and they come out like, it's kind of crazy. They come out so proud.
Yeah.
You see,
Kinda
you
like
see
blossom, right?
You see
Yeah.
the transformation.
Yeah.
And that's 3 days, 2 nights at Fitchburg State University that the Rotary Club sponsors.
Yep.
So we'll have about 200 kids this year.
Yeah, and those students come from all over the state,
Yes,
right?
Central Mass.
Central Mass.
Yeah, our district.
And what age? If viewers are watching us,
Right.
like, I want my kid to do this.
Yes.
What age is it?
Sophomores, rising seniors,
Right.
rising juniors.
Rising
So-
juniors.
Correct.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And when is the application period roughly? Like, so if I'm a sophomore, when do I need to apply to be
Okay.
considered?
Yeah, it's a very accessible program. I just want to put that out there. In February, early February, we start the process of promoting it through the schools.
Okay.
The guidance counselors are definitely involved. I work closely with them. It is not academically based. I think a lot of students have this idea that I have to be a 4.0 student
Yeah.
to go to a student leadership program. No, we want students who are willing and wanting to make a difference,
Yeah.
that they're service oriented. That's the purpose.
Okay, gotcha. And willing to be kind of vulnerable, right? Put themselves in a
Yes.
situation where maybe they know a couple classmates from their school or not,
Right.
and go and really kind of self-development, right?
Yes, we will teach them, and I'm excited because it's coming up, so June 21st to the 23rd. We will teach them conflict resolution, communication challenges, how do they respect each other's cultures.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. And then, of course, we do things that are fun and crazy.
Yeah,
And I
of
tell you
course.
that because the kids come away with like this sense of, I belong. That's what we
Oh,
want. We want
awesome.
unity. We want them
Yeah.
to feel like they belong.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I know you don't walk around with a unicorn every day, but for folks that might be seeing Reina, she might be walking around with it, so
I will
there's
be.
a reason for it. Tell us about the unicorn. Tell our viewers about the unicorn.
So I decided, it just kind of happened. I said, what is a symbol of magic? Because the theme of Rotary International this year is the magic of Rotary.
Right.
And I just thought unicorns say it all. And then the idea of unity came to me
Yeah.
too, because Rotary's about creating bridges.
Love it.
So with that in mind, we're doing a sweepstakes. It's going to start, we're going to kick it off at the farmer's market. $5 entry, which is, I think it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
We will have the sweepstakes drawing on July 31st.
Okay.
I think we're going to probably have to get a few more unicorns because this baby's going.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I also love it because there are a lot of unicorns to choose from, but I was very, very careful when I chose this one because it's huggable and mushy. And I know that when I work with my students, they can use whether it's a bear or I don't care, and it doesn't matter what age. I have a student who I tutor, and he has his bear with him, and he's in high school, and I'm all good with that.
Right.
But whether it's for a grandchild or
Hey, I'm all about the
adult.
squishmallows, right?
Yeah.
They're huggable, right? You can just kind
Yeah.
of snuggle with them.
Yeah.
It's all good, right?
So
And-
that's the message:
yeah.
is to take a chance. First of all, I just want to welcome anybody who wants to come visit. We have club meetings every week.
Yep.
We do service in the town, and some of the things you already know, but you might not know: Winter Lights,
Yep.
the Repair Cafe,
Right.
the Environmental Action Fair, the EV Fair. I love all of these programs. I'm obviously very partial to those that involve kids. And by the way, a lot of our students who are part of the Interact Club, which is the Rotary arm for high school students, will be joining us, we believe, at the Farmers Market.
Awesome.
And
That's great.
we need help.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, Kristin was just on, and
Good.
and we talked about how folks can sign up and the importance of volunteers to do
So
that,
important.
and again the importance of sponsors that make all of this possible. But the idea here is to raise some money for the club because while we run a lot on volunteers, it takes
Yes.
funds to do
Right.
what we do, unity can be yours. So $5 for a chance to win.
Or $20 for 5 chances.
There you go. Easy enough. All right.
Yeah.
And they can do that at the farmers market. Can they also do that? Is there another way to purchase tickets?
Good thoughts. We will be accepting Venmo.
Okay.
And I have a poster that we will be putting up in various places and flyers.
Okay.
So just be aware that it'll be in the community primarily. I hope that I can engage, and I believe I will, because who can resist unity?
Right.
Some of our partners in the community,
Yeah.
Local places
So
that
sort
the
of like
kids
a
go.
pop-up stop.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Awesome.
So we'll be doing that.
Great. Right, I wish you all the best in your
thank
upcoming
you.
year. You're going to be great. Love your passion, the Rotary Club has been a long-standing contributing member in the community, and
I'm
excited
proud.
to see you at the helm. I want to thank Sandy Coker for her leadership the past 2 years. Coming out of COVID, not easy, but excited for the magic of Rotary and to see what we can.
She passed the magic Rotary baton to me, so
Love
I'm
it.
grateful. Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much. All right, we'll be right back with an update from our town manager. Hi, and welcome back to the 01581 Let's Talk. Ending our conversation today on a bang with our town manager with her regular update. Kristi, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so a couple updates. Please go ahead and share.
Sure. So coming into the summer, at the end of the fiscal year, we do reappointments for almost all of our boards and committees.
Sure.
So if any folks are interested, there are lots of vacancies, and then there's also just people on boards and committees whose terms might be ending. Everyone is welcome to apply for any of those positions. We have a new online portal, so it's simpler to apply. You just fill out an application, click on the link, fill it out, and send it in. But really looking forward to using that system and seeing if folks are interested. So.
Absolutely. So for folks who are already on a board or committee, they need to reapply if their term is coming out. So
Yes.
it's not an automatic reappointment.
Right.
And the select board will be taking these appointments up beginning when, roughly?
So both meetings in the month of June. So June
Okay.
11th will be the first time, and then your second meeting in June as well.
Okay, you'd think I'd know that.
trying to remember the date,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's okay. Okay, great. So folks, get out there and apply. And if it's a board or committee that you're like, geez, I kind of have some interest, I'm not sure, If you go to the webpage under government, find that board or committee, there's a contact person, reach out to them. Ask, what does this committee do? What's the commitment? So on and so forth. All those meetings are open. You're welcome to attend them just to get a sense of the flavor. And that's not a bad idea to do if you're considering signing up for a committee. But I always say that it does take a village to run the town. We have Kristi and her whole amazing staff in the schools, but a lot of volunteer work. And we'll get to that in just a moment.
Yeah.
So speaking of government and getting involved.
Yeah, so also our second annual, I'll say, Civic Leadership Academy will kick off in the fall.
So excited.
So that starts just after Labor Day and it ends right before Thanksgiving. And the application for that will be available in July. So we'll certainly send that out.
And for folks that are like, what is that? What did she just say? What is that? What is this? Go ahead.
No, it's okay. So the Civic Leadership Academy, I think we had 13 folks apply last year, but it's a weekly commitment. So it's a 2-hour on a weeknight. It's like a class. So it's a sort of crash course in municipal government. Each department head takes a night and just explains what they do, and the department heads love it, and they really try to make their sessions really fun. Last year there was a campfire with s'more making with our public health director and conservation director.
That's awesome.
I think our community development and planning took folks on a tour.
Yeah.
I think they got to check out the Amazon facility. So it's really fun.
Yeah, it really is. So I'm a product of one that happened a long time ago. For better or for worse, I became your select board member out of it. But no, it was a great way to understand sort of the inner workings of municipal government, get to know, folks that, you hear about, like the fire chief and the police chief and people that, and maybe I'll even say maybe lesser visible people to the public, like the conservation director, the senior center director, what have you. Like, it's a great program. And I love the enthusiasm that, your staff bring to it. I know that they're excited to do it. And it's a great way for folks that are thinking like, I'm kind of interested in this, but I don't know a lot about it. It's a great way to just kind of start to network and learn. So thank you for bringing that forward again. It's very exciting. Okay. So one of our favorite topics in this town, I now know this, I didn't appreciate this maybe up until about, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, is trash.
Yes.
And what we do with it and how we manage it. So updates on the new pay-as-you-throw program, please.
Right. So so we have been working, I would for years at this point actually, towards a better way to manage our waste. And the select board voted at the recommendation of the Waste Management Exploratory Committee to move to pay-as-you-throw for fiscal 25, which starts on July 1st.
Right.
So that's really the biggest change, is to have to purchase the pay-as-you-throw bags, and then you would still continue to drop them off at the transfer station. So it's for folks who use the transfer station, your waste would go in pay-as-you-throw bags, your recycling doesn't need to go in bags, you would just continue to separate those at the transfer station. So we had an information session that was really well attended, and really good discussion on April 30th. We have another one on June 5th at the Senior Center at 10 a.m. and then also June 18th at the Town Hall at 6 p.m.
Right,
So two additional opportunities, but definitely folks can call anytime and ask questions.
Sure, and all that information in terms of when those events are taking place are available on the website. And I think I was in the back of the room at that info session, lots of great questions. Candidly, lots of confusion, like, does this affect me? What am I doing here? And for folks that maybe are in a complex where trash is being picked up, they're like, do I have to do this? So worth watching or attending those info sessions. So that brings us to probably one of the hottest topics on Facebook right now, if you're here in Westborough, and that is the transfer station, wardens. Okay, so if I had some pitchforks, it might be appropriate here, but so Kristi, the town put out a call for transfer station wardens.
Yes.
Why did we do that?
Sure.
A little bit of background, please.
So last Tuesday, the Board of Health updated their transfer station regulations, so we've already had transport station and recycling regulations. We updated the regulations to include the pay-as-you-throw, and also to include enforcement measures. Because one of the things that we've really heard is that one of the reasons that our waste is so high in Westborough is because there's not enforcement around our current program, and therefore wouldn't be enforcement around our future program.
Right.
And so the regulations also speak to this position called transfer station wardens or waste management warden. And the reason that we did that is off of the idea similar to the standard pond warden, where we have a bylaw that needs to be enforced, and we appoint folks to that position as Sandra Pond Warden to enforce the bylaw.
Right.
And so we have heard in the past that folks are actually interested in helping us with enforcement. And so this was an opportunity to engage volunteers, to answer the need for enforcement.
Sure. So I guess I'm going to take a little liberty here. So there's been a lot of conversation on Facebook, and frankly, there's not enough time in a day to respond to it all. So I think it's important to understand that the warden element and the enforcement is different, but yet related to pay-as-you-throw. So pay-as-you-throw is a program that the select board said we want to do it. It came out of a recommendation, as Kristi already said, from the Waste Management Exploratory Committee, which was made up of residents as well as a select board member, public health members, but largely residents. And so that ship has sailed. That's where we're going, and it affects people using the transfer station for trash. It does not currently affect anyone on the curbside program, which is a private service. Equally, as Kristi said, enforcement at the transfer station hasn't been there. Frankly, the entity running the transfer station, which is Harvey, now Waste Connections, they don't do enforcement. The person that is there, the attendant, kind of gives directions, says this is where that goes. Yeah, you got to pay for this, whatever. But it's not enforcing. It's not saying, do you have the sticker on your car? Is it valid? Whatever the case may be. So we heard loud and clear, we, the board, when we were even talking about pay-as-you-throw and these changes, when we talked about potentially not having access to the transfer station, we heard very vocally from members of the community, you need to enforce it. If you enforce it, we're going to reduce trash, and you're kind of making a big pile of nothing out of this. It's all about enforcement. So we're taking two approaches. One is we're taking the pay-as-you-throw approach, which we know from DEP across the state that when you do that, trash is reduced. And we all have a responsibility here in the state to reduce our trash. So that's done, that ship has sailed, and we're going down that path. The enforcement part of it, there will be a town component to it, a paid staff component to it. Kristi, you know this, we've talked about this openly at our meetings. That is a requirement. So this is not some town, let's make residents pay lots of money for bags, which, by the way, yes, they're a little more expensive than buying at BJ's, but they're reasonably priced. And, oh, by the way, let's put a bunch of volunteers in to kind of manage this program. This is not the town passing the buck to the residents. Residents said, hey, we want to participate in the education and enforcement part of it. And so Kristi and her team, are standing up this program to see if there's interest. If there's not interest, then we'll go back to the drawing board and figure out kind of a plan B. But understand that plan A with the volunteers also includes having town staff there to, facilitate or handle enforcement. So just want to be clear, if you're watching this, please, let this video go viral. If you have questions, I am certainly here to answer them. Other members of the board are. I've played a primary role in the Waste Management Exploratory Committee and working on now the current negotiations with Harvey for the town's contract, and as well working with Kristi and a subcommittee on this matter. So, again, change is hard. I can appreciate that. I use the transfer station, so I'm going to have to adjust. This is not, this is something that is good for the community, and sometimes getting there, we just got to get over the hump and make the change. It will be okay, I promise, right? If you don't want to be a warden, you don't want to do that, that's fine. But you know what? For residents that choose to do it and want to give back in this way, whatever, be kind to them, right? They're just doing their job. They're enforcing the bylaws, as Kristi said. And I'm going to kind of say one more thing is like, we're adults that use the transfer station. So follow the rules. It's not that hard, right? Just follow the rules and we don't have to worry about like, you know, kind of people worried about verbal abuse or this is going to be a difficult job. The warden should be really there as helpers. Like, no, you put that glass over there. No, the cardboard goes here. Can you crush it down? That's what they should be doing. We're all adults. We live in a great community. Let's work together and reduce our trash. Okay, I'm off the soapbox. Let me step down. All right, Kristi, thank you for coming on. Thanks for all the good information. And see you on the next show of the 01581. Let's talk.